Okay, guys, good morning. I just want to do, first of all, let me warn you that I have an AI also joining the course and listening in. Hopefully, there will be good use of it. So far, we have done a lot, actually. And some of the things that we've done. So this is a simple introduction or recap. We have done basic Linux, which introduces you to what Linux is as an operating system, some basic Linux commands to get you working in a Linux environment. We have also done Git and GitHub, where we've done basic Git, how to use Git, what Git was, what the purpose of Git, and also GitHub. Okay. And after that, we did GitHub authentication methods. How can we configure an environment to authenticate with GitHub using either the token, SSH, HTTPS, and so on and so forth. Doing that, we learned how to create an EC2 in AWS because we use the EC2 as the environment, Linux environment, Ubuntu, that will give me 2 seconds, guys. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, sorry, guys. Yeah, and then we did Git and GitHub, where we learned basic Git commands, pushing to creating repositories locally and pushing up and creating repositories remotely in GitHub and pulling it down. So we did all of that. We used AWS. We were able to create AWS EC2 machines, simple EC2 machines, had nothing to do with any networking or any proper configuration or security, but we got introduced to AWS. We created an AWS account, how to create multiple AWS accounts, how to use a simple email to create one email to create multiple AWS accounts, how to delete an AWS account, and so on and so forth. So we did that, and then we obviously use AWS Cloud 9 as our local machine going forward. Everything we did was Cloud 9 as our environment, and we have started last week talking about AWS CLI. Okay, so we were able to install CLI. Well, we didn't install CLI actually because it was already installed in Cloud 9, but you got introduced to CLI, and we use CLI to create a number of EC2 instances. We generated a command that can create an EC2 instance on the scratch, and it takes minutes. We started looking at JSON query, the difference between a JSON file, a YAML file, and so on and so forth. We know what a YAML file is. The YAML file is, we know what the JSON file is, and we have used JSON query to query output of the EC2 that we create. So last week we started again talking about bash scripting, and we watched a video together, and in the bash scripting we were able to start talking about how to create a script, a simple script, what are backticks, certain environment variables, types of environment variables, exporting variables, and using an output of a command to support another variable. So this is where we are, and I think we have done a lot. We have actually done a lot. So we should pat ourselves in the back in about 15, 16 weeks now, and I think we've gone so far, so good. Okay, so today we're going to continue on the bash scripting, but before we do that, we will recap what we did, practice a little bit of what we did last week of bash, and ask some questions and stuff, and then after that we will continue. All right. Okay, I think some people are having issues joining. Just click the link. That's all you have to do. How hard is it? There's a link. Click it. Did anybody struggle clicking the link?
No, it worked fine for me.
Yeah. Some people are entitled though, Charlie. I know the teacher, so let me call the teacher. And then they will. Now cry and now hype and say, you see, I didn't know want to click a link. Because of what? Because I'm ready to say our email address, Brano. What do buy? Why joining now? Why mama sound for on question penny? Fearful, yo. Or email address. Go to your email. They will send you a notification or email. Until you use your email, the link will be in your email. I'll send you invite now. Bye. Right. So we are going to practice what we did last week. Okay. I'll ask questions. Okay. So I'm going to ask one simple question. Is anybody here? Can anybody here be able to explain what a variable is? No, let's not go to a variable. What is a bash script? A simple answer. Can anybody tell me? Paul.
Okay, Benny. I think a bash script is a file that contains list of script list of script. Commands that you can learn instead of running one command at a time. So you create a file that contains those commands so that you can learn them at once.
Yeah. So a bash script is a group of instructions, which are these commands, that come together to perform a task. They will all do one thing. So in your script, all these commands will run together to perform one simple task. Like, let's create an EC2 instance. We use a bash script to do that. And the bash script, whenever we run it, will go and create us an EC2 instance. Okay, it will, all the commands that we put there will work together one by one. There will be some logic in there as well. And then it will perform the task that we want. Yes, that's true. Now, if we want to create a bash script, what is the first thing after we have the file? What is the first thing that we have to do to make sure that this file will work as a script? What is the first thing that we do? Our fonts.
Yes, Bernard. Would you come again?
What is the first thing you need to, what do you need to do to the file, the file? So
you
that
have to shebang that. You have to shebang.
No, the
That's
file, the file. So the file is not the content. I'm not talking about what is in the file. The file.
Okay, you save it with extension of sh.
You make it executable.
Executable.
Yeah, you make it executable. You need to make a bash script, a bash file executable. And yes, you can add .sh, but you don't actually need the .sh. Okay, you don't need it. All you need, .sh helps you identify the file. Okay, identify the file. Or if it's in an environment that you're going to run, .sh will also help you with coloring and all that. You know, even doc, you don't actually need the extension. Yeah. If the program can identify the file, then you don't need the extension. Okay, so that's that. One other thing is, if we want to make it an executable program in the environment you're doing, what do we have to do? Achina. Achina, are you here?
Yes. Please, can you come again? I just joined, so.
Okay, great. Edwin, if you want to make a executable bash script, run it as a program. And programs we have on Linux, some of them are PWD, some of them are
to move +X.
Yeah, that will make it executable, but we want to be able to run it like we are running it in any program on Linux. Paul, you know, what's the answer?
I think you move it to
Oh yeah.
Yes, you move it to a specific location of a Linux environment, which is the bin bash location. Okay, so you move the file there, and then from there onwards, you can just run the command like you're running any command, and it will run. You don't need to put // every time. You just type the name and it runs like any command. Yeah, you move it. Okay, nice. Now we know what the script, creating a script. Okay, so we know that you create a script, you create obviously a new file, and then you change the format of the file or the permissions of the file to make it executable, and you can move the file to a specific location to make it run as a program. That's what we call installing. When you move anything into that location, you have installed the application. You have installed the application. So next time you just say the name of the application and it runs. Okay. So that's all about creating a bash script. Okay. That's all about creating a bash script. Now you want to also create open the file and start putting logic in there and doing things. And we have one main line. The first one, in any file, you want to put it there. Who here knows why we have to put that first line? Chris.
Is it a shebang line?
Well, it's the first line I'm talking about. Which one do you think it is and why?
Yeah, it's a shebang line. It helps the program to identify which environment to use.
You are looking for a word. I want that word.
Yes, it helps the program to identify which. There's a key trouble.
Interpreter.
Yeah, interpreter to use.
Yeah. So when you write these bash commands, there's a program, there's an interpreter that actually converts these to zeros and ones, or machine readable, and bash, sh, python, groovy, all these programs will need something to actually make them machine readable, and that bash is one of them. So you set that and say, hey, I want to, in everything in this script, I want you to use bash as a program to run these commands. Okay, I want you to use bash. So that's why you need a bin bash. Okay, so you create a file, you can make the file anything you want, all of that, and then you do. Okay, now can someone, and Anthony, when we are doing bash scripting and we are learning it, we use this command a lot, echo. What is an echo? Echo.
So the echo command is just to repeat whatever you want to say. So let's say echo a name, and then if you say echo and then you write a name, it's just going to give you that feedback back to say it just gives you that name back. So echo command is just like telling the just a command to say, tell me this back.
Yeah,
basically.
Okay, so that's echo. Now we know about variables. We learned it last week. So in layman's, if you want to explain a variable to your grandma, yeah, Alphonse, can you tell me in a layman's words what a variable is?
Okay, a variable, I would say that's something that you can declare that can hold some value, and that value can change with the time.
Nicely put, nicely put, nicely put, nicely put. So yes, a variable is a container that you create with a specific name that can hold values, and these values can change over time. They can change as your program runs. You can remove what is in it and put another one in it. You can put any types of values. You can put a list. You can even put a JSON, a whole JSON in there. Anything. It can hold anything. Okay. In Bash, you don't declare variable types, but in other programming languages, each variable you have to, before you create it, you have to say, this variable, I'm going to put these items in it, like numbers. And then when you put a string in it, it will fail and tell you, no, this variable is not for strings, it's for numbers only. Okay, but in Bash, you can put any value in any variable. I think I stand to be corrected there. Okay. So
Yeah, I just want to add something
Yeah.
small to this. So what you said is right, but another thing maybe to bear in mind is a variable, when you store that, it's like a container. So it's you declare the variable, and it could be used in different parts of the code at some point. So instead of repeating yourself in the code, you can just store it, and then you just call the variable in different parts of the code, and it will still work. So you don't
Yeah.
have to repeat yourself.
Yeah,
Right.
correct. There's so many ways of using a variable. Okay. Now in Linux, there are so many ways of setting a variable. So it's setting it. Okay, you're setting it. Some of them will work in a shell. Some of them will work in a subshell. And you know what a subshell is. You open a shell and then you open another shell within that shell. And some variables will be available in some shells and not all shells, and some variables are only available in your window, your terminal, but it's not available in other terminals. Okay. Can someone tell me a type of a variable in this? After this thing, can you give me a name that we give to such variables?
Is it a universal variable?
Global variable.
Global.
Global. I meant global.
Yeah. So one is a global, one is a local variable.
Local, yeah.
And so on and so forth.
Where
Yeah.
like universal from.
Yeah. Now in Linux as well, if you want to set a global variable, there are places that you do it. Who can tell me one of the ways that you can set a variable that any terminal you open, the variable will be there? Eddie, you mentioned this in answering one of the questions. If I want a variable to be set and I can use that variable anywhere in my environment globally. If I close it and I come back and I open it, if I even turn the machine off and I come back and I open a new terminal, this variable will always be available. Where do we set such a variable? We did one last week. Eddie, you're on mute. You can forget. It's allowed to forget.
Yeah.
China, do you know?
Is that putting it in the bin user?
Yes, bin bash RC, the bash RC file. Yes. So you open the bash RC file and then you put it in anywhere. Normally, the bash RC file comes with a default instructions. So the bash RC file is the first file that runs when you open your terminal. So as soon as you click terminal, open, one file automatically will run. Everything in that file will run bash RC. Okay. Every time, automatically. You click terminal, as soon as the terminal comes up, that file runs. Okay. So if you want your terminal to have nice things, like it will also set your prompt for you and put some things there, it will initiate a lot of things, including the environment variable, because that file will run at any time you open a terminal or you open a shell. That file will run. So that means that anytime a shell is open, a subshell, whatever, that file will run. And that file will set your environment variable for you. So that's one of the ways we do it. There's another command that we used when we were working on variables and we wanted one of them to be global, wanted one of them to be local, and so on and so forth. What command was it? Alphonse.
A command we ran when we wanted to set variables.
Yeah, but we wanted it to be global, not machine global, but it was going to be global within a subshell as well. Paul?
Well, that export.
Export. This guy is becoming the top student now.
Paul.
Paul, well done. Export. The export command is what you need. So you can create a variable and you can create it just like that on the command line without anything in front of it. But that variable is only like you put in corn in the middle of the road. When a car or a bird comes, it will take it and it's gone. Yeah, you can't find it anymore. When you finish, that is gone. But when you put a sport in front of it, and there's another one that we didn't do last week. There's another one where you declare. That is a different way. But all of these things you're doing is how permanent do I want my variable? Do I want a variable that I can use everywhere? I just want one I can use here, just here. Okay. So the export is one of the commands. Okay. Okay. So well done, guys. This is where we got to. And then we started working on using the output of a command as a value for another command or a parameter or an argument. But we're going to work on arguments. And the way we did it yesterday, last week, was we watched the video. We'll do that again. But because I'm recording this, we need to make mention to the person whose video we are using. And also, you push you subscribe. Okay. But before we go ahead, everybody goes to their Cloud9 and create a script. In this script, I want you to use all these things that we've done. Okay. And I just want you to create a script that will tell me what the time is today. Okay. And the time that it is today, I want it to be put in a variable. And then the variable show me what's in that variable, which is today's date, okay, or the current date. Okay. So yeah, create a file, and the file name should be called, we know the way we do our formatting, your name dash today's date dash bash task. Okay, bash task, bash script task. Okay, so I'll put it here. Comment. So name underscore date time format, date time underscore bash script task. Okay, so go to Cloud9, create a simple script using everything we've discussed now, and give me a script that will just tell me what today's date is. You run it, it gives me today's date is the current date and time is boom. Yeah, the current date and time is, and then it tells me the current date and time. Is everybody okay with it?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Let's
Yep.
go.
Benny, you said the time or the date included?
The current date and time is
Okay.
Abdullah left. Maza Minisani. Where are you? You're not online. Where are you? Are you doing the task? Only laptop. All right. Okay. Okay. If you finish, please raise your hand. Paul, my guy. Alphonse. Don't let Paul do this to you, Alphonse.
This is a warning, and this is the last time, Paul, you're doing this.
He's answering the questions. He's answering the questions, correct answers. It's like the guy is doing his homework.
Alphonse, it won't be easy for you.
It won't be easy for him, don't worry. Because all you have to do is go and watch the videos, guys. It's YouTube, it's there. I told you. And if you don't watch it over and over and over and over and over again, it will not be in your head. If you go back and the things that we watched, you watch again, you watch again, you watch again, it will definitely be in your head. It will become part of you. And you will speak the language. But if you wait, it will not be there. Trust me. The time you need it, your brain will like, oh, what's the name? It's there, but you can't say it. Oh, what's the name? What's the name? Oh, nah, that's not what you want. To get rid of, oh, what's the name? I know it, but oh, it's not coming. It's not. You have to do it over and over and over again. Then it will not be like that. Anyway, let's see. Well done, Paul. Okay, share your screen, Paul, if you finished. And Eddie's finished as well. Chris is fumbling. Huh. Chris,
OP.
where is the script?
I'm still on it.
You're going to AI.
No.
What command in Linux do you need to run to get the current date on time?
Do you see my screen?
Yeah, I can see your beautiful face. Can't see your.
Interesting. Okay. Oh, this is it.
I don't see any browser.
You don't see any browser? Let me share.
Eddie, what command do you, if you want the current date and time, do you have to run on Linux?
Date.
Date.
So Benny,
Yeah.
So
Date.
this is the script that I created.
Yeah. Okay, so you are utilizing the backticks. Well
Yeah.
done. Well done. And you're just echoing, and the backtick will run the date and put the output in the location of the date. That's really cool.
Yeah.
But
And
other people will do it differently, or will put it in a
But
variable.
I did it in that way. You want me to change?
No. Anyhow, you get this script running
All
like
right.
this, you don't have a problem. You can use a variable. You can use and echo the variable after all of that. I actually wanted a variable to be declared as well, but it's okay. We've done it. Today's date, and I'm happy that you use the backtick. Okay. If you don't want to use the backtick, what else can you use? Comment out that line and use something else instead of a backtick. So comment this line, copy the line, put it in the bottom, and use something else instead of backtick. Chris, can you share your screen? Alphonse, Paul, that was really cool. We're going to talk about commands and outputs in a bit, and I'm really happy that you did that. It's going to help me.
okay.
All right, so the current date is this. Let me see your code that you got from ChatGPT.
Oh, I didn't get anything.
It's okay, it's okay. I'm pulling your legs. You created a variable, yes, and you put the date in the variable. You run a command that will get the output and put it there, and now you're echoing the variable. Perfection. Eddie, can you share yours, please? Chris, are you partaking in this task, or you are in Anthony? Sorry, Anthony, are you doing it as well?
Yes, I'm doing it. But
Good. Eddie, can you share your screen, please? Eddie, are you there? Mr. Gazy, you're on mute. Okay, I think Mr. Gazy has gone to the gentleman's. Anthony, you finished. Do you want to share your screen?
sorry, I was on mute. Vim is quite slow for me today. So
You,
once again.
Nano is easy to copy and paste, actually. Okay, so nice. Now I'm going to show you again what I'm happy that you've used it already. So using the output of a variable as an argument for another command. Okay. But before that, what is an argument?
Oh, sorry, Bernard, I just came in. I heard you mention my name. I was just...
Yeah. I wanted you to share your screen and show us your nice work.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to still do it, or it's okay?
Yes, please.
Sorry, I left a message in the chat, so I'm sure.
Oh, my bad. I didn't see it. It didn't work.
See whether... It come through.
Cool.
Yeah, so let me see what I did. So ls, so created the one. That's okay. So I think that was the code.
Happy days. Okay. I'm not going to let you move the file to another location and run it at a program. I'm expecting that you've played with this, basically installing the file, and then when you run it, it will come up. I'm not going to let you do that. Okay. Anthony, you finish?
The system is incredibly slow, Bernard. I can share my screen show you, but the system is.
Don't worry. Don't worry. This is.
I
know you were able to do this. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me share my screen. Okay. Now, what is an argument? We're going to talk about arguments. Okay. Arguments. Okay. When you run a script, let me share. Let me share the screen.
Yeah, I've done it, so I can share quickly.
Yeah. Okay. Now, arguments. So let me go to my Cloud9, and I know you know what arguments are. Okay. Arguments are. An argument is more or less information that you will pass to the script. When you're running the script, like the script we just did, it might need information. Okay. It might need some information. So you need to pass those as arguments. I might be wrong in the explanation. Okay. So let's say if we want to find out what someone's name is, okay, and do a script that will tell us that you hey, give me your name, and then we will just echo the name. Okay. So if you run the script, let me open this. Not you. Let me open a new file. Okay, so let's say this is our script. This is our script. Okay. After the script, and then obviously we add space. Anything that we put after the script is an argument. Okay. So we'll add arguments. Okay, I can actually delete this. Okay. All right. So script space some info space some info space some info. Okay. You can call it a lot of things, but it comes after the script. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now, how does the script know about this that follows the script? Okay. The script automatically has environment variables already set. It's a default environment variable. And the variable names are 1, 2, 3, and 4. Obviously, 5, 6, 7. The first one is already obviously the first parameter. The second one references the second, third, and so on and so forth. So these are arguments that you pass. So let's go and watch a quick video about arguments. And again, as I said earlier on, this is not my own video. It's someone else's video. And the name of that person is Sean Powers. Okay, Sean Powers will help us understand what an argument is. So here is doing variables, and we're not doing variables. We're going to skip straight to arguments, which is here. Okay. So let's listen to Sean Powers, okay, together. Can you still see my screen?
Oh, yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Get rid of all this. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so we're starting with a fresh script here. And what we're going to do is just do echo. Let's see. Let's do echo $3, $1, $2.
let's go back. Let's go back a little bit.
The dollar sign echo paddle 1. And now that inside of our bash script. Okay, so that's actually really, really cool. But there's one more even cooler way to get information into our bash script, and that is to use arguments. Now, these are special variables. I'll just show you. Let's just go inside.
Exactly.
Yoda. All right, I'm going to get rid of all this. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so we're starting with a fresh script here. And what we're going to do is just do echo. Let's see. Let's do echo $3, $1, $2. Now, this is going to make sense in a second, but the dollar sign and then the number tells it the argument after the command. So what I mean by that is, let's say we were to type Yoda, Anakin Skywalker is cool. Well, then Anakin would be assigned to $1. Skywalker would be assigned to $2. The word is would be assigned to $3. And then, did I say cool? Cool would be assigned to $4. And those are automatically created and assigned when.
So the variable name is 3. The variable name is 3. It's a default variable. It's set. Bash already knows this variable. It's there. It's for you. You can put things into it. The variable has already been declared, and it's called 1. It's called 2. It's called 3. We all know how to call a variable and get what is in the variable. If you want to render a variable or open the variable or show what is in the variable or use the variable value, you put $sign in front of it. Okay. When you are creating the variable, you don't put the $sign in front of it. You just add equal to it, and then the information that is equal will go into the variable, the value. Okay. So when you want to use the variable, you just put $sign in front. So that means that 3 is a variable name, 1 is a variable name, and 2 is a variable name. Okay. And as I said before, where's my draw.io? Yeah, this is the script which we've just done, which is the task script. And the information we are passing into the script, the first one can be referenced by $1. The second one can be referenced by $2, $3, $4. Okay.
Bernard.
Yeah.
You know this thing that you're showing us. Have you written anything at all in it, or it's just the boxes?
No, it's just the boxes.
Oh, okay.
It's just the boxes. Yeah.
Right.
Just to explain that this is just a script. So
Okay.
Sean will do the same. You see. So he's going to do the same.
Starts up the bash script. So this is all we have to do. There's no other reference that we have to put in here, and it's going to echo out whatever we put on the command line. So let's get this out of here. So if we were to say Yoda, use the Force, now it's going to reply to us, Force, use the. Yeah, I know, I did it. It was cheesy. I apologize.
So you get it. So he said, I want you to tell me the third one. The third one first. And I think he said the first one second and the second one last. in his script. Okay, so those are arguments. Right, now that we know what arguments are and stuff, I want you to put your name, your first name and your last name as an argument. So when you echo today's date is, I want you to also give me information about and the person running the script's first name is first name and last name. Yeah. So today's date and time is, we've got done that already. And the person running this script is Eddie Gazy. First name and last name. Okay. So can you do that for me? Write your script, continue writing your script so that we can actually achieve this. Okay. Let me stop sharing. Good luck.
Benny,
Yeah.
seems like I lost you. Would you repeat this script that we are going to write now?
The script that you've already written, you're going to add a new feature that's going to tell me the person who is running the script using arguments.
All right.
Today's date and time is, obviously we've done that. And the person running this script's name is date and time, person first name and last name. Yeah. Paul is done. Paul is chasing Alphonse. Alphonse is not getting questions. Paul is finishing the questions. Oh, the race is on. Hold on, Paul. Chris is done. Eddie was done. As Eddie was done, I said Chris. Now Chris is done. Abdullah is listening. Anthony is having problems with his laptop. Alphonse, hurry up.
I'm done sharing my screen.
Share your screen, yes.
All right. Sharing. Are you able to see my screen?
It's coming. Yes. Okay, so today's date and time is.
I know you're wondering why there are 3 there.
Yeah.
But it's because last time when you say we changed something, I had to do it in a different way. This is how I did it. So I had to do with the
Okay, all the possible. Okay, well done.
all the possible ways. So that's why it's coming thrice.
Yeah,
but
okay.
this is,
and now
this is it.
It's taking 2 arguments and it's echoing the arguments after. Okay, let's see the script, the output of the script again. So it says the person running the script is, and then when you run it, you pass in our font.
I pass the value here.
Yeah.
Then
Cool. You're understanding this. Guys, I'm not going to let everybody share their screen. Is this what everybody has done? I just want you to put the argument and understand that these are arguments. Example of an argument: when you run ls minus alt, the argument that you're passing to ls. When you say cut, there's an argument that you're passing to cut, don't you? So I want to cut a file. When you cut a file, so let me share my screen again. And yeah, so let's say you No, in fact, let me do my Cloud9 instead. Let's do that. Cut. Cut requires an argument. It requires an argument. Cut will not work on its own. It will say, what am I cutting? I'm cutting what? It's not working. Okay. Cut requires an argument. An argument is I want it to cut let me ls. Ls doesn't require an argument. You can add an ls. You can add an argument, but it doesn't require an argument. But some programs will not run on its own. It says, give me something, because I can't function without more information. Okay, so if I say cut, I need to give it an argument, which is the file that it needs to cut. So that's an argument. The first information I'm giving it, and giving it a file. It's an argument. Okay. I can give it multiple files, I think. I can say cut this. Okay. It can also cut everything in a folder. Okay. So that's an argument. All right. So we are doing well. We are doing very, very well. Now, let's use what we have now to create an EC2. Okay, we're going to create an EC2. So the script name will be, what's the normal naming convention that we've used to create? So this one is, okay, the script name will be, obviously, name time, okay, your name, today's date and time, underscore EC2 underscore create EC2.sh. That's the name of the file you're going to run. And in this, you have a command to create an EC2. That's where it's going to be tricky. In the command, you have to pass two things. You have to pass two things. And I have the command here. I'll show you the command. Okay. So in the command, every day, you have to pass in this here. Okay, this here, which is the tag value. Okay, the tag value. And you also have to pass in the SSH key name, I think. Yeah, you also have to pass in the SSH key name. Let's use, okay, so I want you to create variables. First thing is we are going to create variables, and then we're going to put all the information that we always are going to use in those variables. So here we have a lot of information here. One is the key that we don't SSH into the machine. Okay, so the command, the EC2 they are going to create, do not SSH into it. So it will be just this command here. Do not SSH into it. This will SSH into the command, the EC2. Do not SSH into it. Just run the command and give me the IP address. Okay. Tell me what the IP address is. Okay. So, or I don't even need the IP address, but if you're able to do the IP address, echo, fine. But the purpose of this script is I want this information, all this information. So this is the AWS create EC2 command. Yeah, this is the AWS create EC2 command there. This one. It ends, I think it ends here. I'll put this in the chat. Copy. And I'll put this in the chat. This will create the EC2. Okay. Let me put this in the chat. This will create an EC2. Now, in this command, the information that you need are AMI. The AMI will always be the same. So put the AMI value in a variable and use it when you're creating the EC2. The T2 micro will not change that often. The SSH key will not change. So put all of these in a variable and use it in a command. The security group will not change. The thing that will change is that, which is the name, because whenever you create a new one, you want a new name. I want you to pass the new name as an argument. as an argument. So here we're going to utilize, you're going to create a new file. You're going to make sure the file is executable. You're going to write your bin bash, and you're going to create some variables, and you're going to create, you're going to use arguments, okay? And then we're going to create an EC2, okay? An EC2. This here will just create the EC2 in AWS, but it will give you a bigger output. I think the output will be a big JSON output. We don't want to do anything with the JSON output yet. Okay, we just want to create the EC2. Can people do that using the skill that we have already learned? Yeah. Cool. I think cool. All right. Let's go. It's 8:06. Let's go. Let's create this.
Did you put the comments in the WhatsApp chat or?
I can put it in the WhatsApp chat as well. It's in this chat.
This
Okay.
chat. And the naming convention is the EC2 underscore
So your
something
name,
after-
your name, date, and command EC2. Create EC2. Your name and date and time. Create EC2. That's always because the date and time helps us if we want to create more than one this EC2 file. Okay. So your name, date, and time. Create EC2. All right. I have also put this in the WhatsApp group. Happy days. Enjoy. I'll stop sharing.
OP, please, what's the task again? We are creating the EC2 and then
Go and check if it's created. We're just creating an EC2 we're going to delete. The main focus is to use the arguments, to use the variables to help us create the EC2. We don't need the EC2 for anything now. When you finish, please raise your hand. How's it going?
Just going good.
Nice. And Paul is up.
Oh,
77. That's in July. Let's see. Yeah. And Eddie's up. Alphonse. Chris.
Bernard, I'm getting an error. I don't know.
We'll sort it out. Don't worry. Chris, where are you? You're going to do the same thing you did last week and run away?
No, I'm here.
You're not running away today. Good, 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 good. Alphonse. Oh, Anthony.
I don't know those guys. Maybe they're using
Yeah.
AI to do the work.
They are not using the AI. Anthony, the
Yes.
values that we have set, you should change them. So if you don't have an key pair called Bernard 22 June 24,
Yeah, thank you.
you need to put your key pair that is in your AWS environment. The security group is my security group. These are my values. The only one that might be global within AWS will be the AMI ID
AMI, yeah.
and the EC2 instance type. Apart from that, the security group, you might need your own security group. If you haven't got one, you have to go and create it. If you don't have a SSH key, you have to go and create an SSH key in that region and use that name. And I think those are the two that might cause you an error.
Yeah.
Eddie, yeah, your hand is up. You finished.
I finished. I'm putting my hand down.
Chris, this is copy and paste. Oh my God. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to let Eddie share his screen. And we go forward.
But the concept, I mean, even though I've not created my own
script, you understand it, yeah.
But yeah, but I can show you like what I'm trying to do. If those keys were correct, then
yeah, don't worry. I know you know. Chris, Eddie, you're saying A.
Yeah, at this time I'm saying E, Charlie.
Okay, Paul.
Okay, I'll share my screen, but
it's
not entirely what was expected, but we'll see.
I'm random. I'm very random.
Okay,
I'll catch you off guard.
No, it's okay. It's not the end of the world.
Nope. we are here to make mistakes. That's the idea,
So
and then we learn from it.
So let's share my screen and share. Which one do I need to share? Share. Okay, good. Okay, so let me see. So this that's the instance that created, but
And then,
as to whether it did it the right way.
It did it. It's giving you the information. So control C and then or quit kill.
How do I come off this?
Control C.
I'm using Marco.
Quit kill. Just type kill.
Yes. Okay. Good.
Yeah. And now,
So what I did was, let me see. So that's the. Okay, so that's the script that I created.
Okay.
So what I pretty much did is change these values into global arguments.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I wanted you to create a variable for the image ID, EC2 type, and also yeah. So I want you to create variables in this script. So you're going to create another EC2.
So variables for all of these.
Yes.
I thought this
one
also works for the key name and the.
It's also an argument. Yeah. No, but not. I want a normal variable here.
No. Okay.
Not a parameter. So these two parameters are okay. Key name and the value. You did well, really well. Yeah. It's just that I want you to put these values in a variable at the top. Create 3 variables.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well done. That's the most important thing. The arguments. Well done. Well done. Paul, share your screen.
Just sharing. Yes, Benny, this is it.
You created your EC2. Cool. Quit. Kill. Yep. And then let's see the script. Okay. Yep. So you got the variables. The AMI is a variable, instance type, key, security group, and you created a variable and put the variable in it. It's okay. The most important thing is you're using the variables here. Aha. And then the name is also a variable. That's all. So you see what's going on here. We learned parameters. Well, some people call it parameters. Arguments and variables. Okay. And we've used those arguments and variables to create an EC2 instance. So now, if you want to create a new EC2 instance, all you have to do is run the script and give it a different name.
Yeah.
That's it. And it will do magic. And if you want to change the security group, you come here, you change it in just this variable name. And that's it. Come in here, set group, you change this, and that's it. And that's the benefit of scripts. And as time goes on, all of these will be done dynamically. We'll be going through loops. Maybe you want to create 10 EC2 instances. We go through loop and then create name _1, 2, 3, and so on. So we will be going through these a lot. And we're going to use the
Benny, I have some question. I have some question to ask Paul. Paul, on this script, what did you do so that this AWEC2 it's become like a command? Because I can see as a script, we know that there is 2 ways that you can do so that it can run like a command. On your end, what did you use? Because I don't see anything.
What do you mean?
Like for the script to know that this EC2 AWS EC2 run instance is going to be a command.
This one?
Run. Yes, for this to be like it's going to be a command, like the way we used to put in the back.
This one I didn't do anything about it.
So all of them came from AWS. So AWS EC2 run instance, backward slash, all of the, you remember when we did the backward slash work, where we say it's one command together, but the backward slash is making it so that we can put it in a list form. Yeah. So this is an AWS command. This AWS EC2 run instance is an AWS command that takes these parameters, which is EC2 ID, EC2. You get my point?
So, yes, I get your point. The question I was asking, you say that if you want something to run, we need to make it like to put it into a backticks, something like that.
No. Backticks will run this and take the value and put it somewhere. We don't need the value. We don't need the value.
Now I see where I messed up all the things. Okay, it's like I did this one. I put in the backticks. It didn't work. And I was like, okay.
So the backticks, remember, the backticks is only for when you want to run a command and use the value to do something.
Oh, okay.
At the moment, we don't want to use the value to do anything. We don't want any value.
Yeah, I get it. Well done, Paul.
Who wants to share their screen? Chris.
Okay, I'm still doing it.
You are doing backtick problem too, isn't it? You got confused with backticks.
Oh, but Benny, I think I have something small I would want to ask you. Let me share. I've created 3 EC2 with that one, just testing purposes. And I think I want to show you that. So you see that value that I'm putting, it is creating an EC2 with DORA, something like that, while I wanted to do different.
Let me see.
Like
your screen, I can't see the screen you're presenting. I can see that you're sharing. I can see your picture.
Oh, interesting. Let me stop sharing and share again. Okay, I'm saying this value is not being picked. I'm just trying to use whatever in this, but it is, instead of creating using the value, it is using this as a name, like as a static thing.
Okay, so the first thing is the problem is in the instance name variable, remove the commas, the inverted commas. So go to the top. So to call, yes. No, top. No, instance name variable. Yeah. And the value you're putting in is a variable, it's not a text. So if you put it in, if you put anything in these double commas, you're saying that it's actually a text. And the text is $1. So remove the inverted commas when you're calling. Remove the inverted commas.
When I'm calling,
just remove the inverted commas. Remove them. Remove those. Yes. So now what you're saying is, you see how it's gone red. So you were treating it as the same as the value at the top, which is launch template name.
You mean doing this? I do this.
Yeah.
So I think this might work now.
Where's the this might work, yeah.
Bernard, I have a question on the instance name variable, how he is doing it. I thought we were supposed to pass that as a parameter,
Yeah,
outside the file.
yes, he's done that, but he put it in a variable and then called a variable. It's one step further. He's done that. He's going to pass it, but the information will be put in one variable. You shouldn't. To be fair, you shouldn't do that. But it works. That's the question. You can ask Eddie. Eddie did his. He just used the $1 directly at where he wants to call it.
Yeah, that's how I also did it.
That's
So,
okay. That's okay.
yeah.
All right, Paul. That's your problem, yeah? I know it failed, but I don't want to help you fix that problem.
It's fine. I'm going to fix it.
Yeah. Chris, share your screen. We are wrapping up today. We've done well. People
I'm not
understand.
done yet. I'm almost done.
Alphonse, you finished?
Almost.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm going to do mine. I'm going to create a file and I'm going to do mine and run the script. By the time I finish, I'm expecting everybody. I'm literally creating a new file. Okay. New file. New file.
I'm done. You want me to share mine or it's okay?
You're done. A new file.
Well, the concept, but because I needed to create like the SSH keys and all that, but I'm just using yours. But the concept, how I'm passing the variables and all that, that is done in the file.
Cool. Let me do mine in race to these guys. I'm literally creating a new file. I'm putting bash in there. And I'm creating my variables.
Are you sharing your screen or
no? Image ID, instance type, key name, and security group. Security group is equal to instance. This is equal to copy. Key is equal to this. Copy. And security group is equal to this. I'm going to use all of this and I'm going to put a parameter there, which is $1. $1.
OP,
Yes.
how do you do a redo in Nano?
You're doing redo in Nano.
Yes,
Good
like
luck.
undo.
Yeah, you might as well. You can't. I don't know. That's why I said go and learn Nano. I don't know, bro. Sorry, we are not nanoing today. Don't let me finish before you do. save the file and save it Bernard underscore today's date and time is 1708 2024 underscore 08 38 underscore create underscore EC2 dot sh. Save. Voila. My script is ready. Going to make it Chmod and all that. ls. Yeah. Chmod star x Bernard 17. Boom. Run Bernard today's date and add hey sir. Eddie, you got your hand up before I run my script.
My hand up. Just a quick question, and if you don't mind, I'll share my screen, then I'll ask.
Yeah, go on.
Okay. So let me just share my screen quickly. Okay. Okay. So can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've updated all my, or what's it called? I've done my variables, and it's running all right. You see where my my cursor is pointing? That's where I put my what's it called? My global variable.
Yeah.
And when I run it, the instance name, instead of the name that I put in my script, in my command, I'm still getting the $1 as the computer name.
Yeah. Okay. Don't worry. Let me share my screen.
Yeah.
Now, the problem Alphonse and Chris is having is choice. They have choice problems. Okay. Now, I'll solve that problem and then I'll solve this problem as well. Okay. So, Chris and Alphonse decided to use Nano Vim, and I think everybody used Nano Vim, whatever. You are working on Cloud 9, guys. You're working on Cloud 9. And I want you to create a file. And in that file, do this, do this. Who decides to choose, whether you decide to choose Nano, Vim, Word document, Notepad++, whatever, it's your choice. Your choice. Which one makes you faster? They are all text editors. In Cloud 9, you can literally click here and create a file. And this file is literally easy to use. Don't know why you decide to choose Cloud 9. Vim and Nano, and now wanting to do an undo in Nano. You're wasting time using a tool that you're not really particular of, and this machine gives you other tools. When you create a new EC2 and it doesn't have this GUI part of, then you have to go and use Vim and Nano. But here you don't have to. The Vim and Nano is that when you go to a machine that doesn't have Word document, then you use Vim and Nano. But if you have a machine that already has this nice script, well, why do you have to go and worry yourself with Vim and Nano and now having to go back and undo in Vim and Nano? That's the problem. I did mine. I created it, and it took me, obviously, I'm using this tool, quick, copy and paste. I've done it here, and my script is here. If I go to another machine and I don't have this, then I have to use my Nano. But for now, there's no reason why you should use Nano if you have this. That's my take. Now, those who doing this, what you're doing is you don't have these here. Okay. That's what's going on. If you remove these, what you're doing is this becomes a simple value. Okay. Now, the value that is in this variable, which is called 1, there are so many ways of revealing that value. to use in place of here. Okay. Now, one thing Bash is really particular about is these double quotes and single quotes. Okay. Here you see that the key doesn't have any quotation. Okay, the key doesn't have any quotation, but the value had quotation. The value had quotation. So it means that whatever comes there should be that, I think. Okay, we will try it now and see. We'll try it now and see. So I'm going to run my script. Let me save this. And I'm going to run my script. I think I've already done it. And I'm calling it, hey, sir. Yeah, hey, sir. Okay. So if I run it, AWS command not found, it says. Oh, you see mistakes I'm doing? You see mistakes I'm doing? So here, T2 micro. Oh, you see, let me see the error again. It says for image ID command not found. Okay. AWS EC2. Why is it saying command not found? Image ID command.
The dot type might be an issue.
Huh?
Oh, no. That's not.
Right, don't worry. Let me see. If I do this underscores, will it help? The command itself, yeah, these are all underscores. Save. What did it actually say? Line 4, image ID command not found is equal to. So the variable didn't create, is it? Bash. The variable didn't create, I think, because of the dash and stuff. So let me run it again and see. And it's now running. Okay. So I've been able to create my EC2. I can actually find the information I need from here, which is what's the name of the tag name. Did it bring it? Instance, image ID, banner, blah, 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 blah. The target, where's the tag? Information. All right, let's go to EC2 then. We'll find it. EC2. Two running. Oh, see, it's got.
But that's what I was getting.
Okay, don't worry. We will fix it.
Yeah.
We'll fix it. So I think I don't need these. I don't need these.
I took it off and I got the same as again.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, you try it. Yes.
Actually, I did both, and I ended up creating a new variables, and all went in vain.
Okay, this is not cool. Right, 1 minute. Let me see. So these double ticks, sometimes the double and the single, aha. So sometimes if you change this to double instead of single, then this becomes, it can render this as a value. Okay. Sometimes all you have to do is to make sure, and this is a lesson. So single commas and inverted commas, they work hand in hand. Some of them, one of them will just make everything as as a command or everything it can render, but we will get there. But let's see if this works actually.
It will work actually.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to AWS. Refresh. It's not here yet. Refresh. Okay, I'm doing running. There it is. Okay.
Oh,
So all then this comes with experience, guys.
Yeah.
For me to know that, oh, let me change this from single to double. I've been here before, done it. It's messed me up a lot of times, and I know that's why when you're looking for a job, they look for experience. But you have that experience now today. You've faced it. It should stay in your head. Okay. So yeah, this works. That's it. Chris, are you finished?
Yes, kind of. A minute.
In a minute. Alphonse, you finished.
But Penny, I saw your machine is called $1. Is it true?
We have just fixed that. We have just fixed it. And my machine now is not called $1. It's called Hayes1.
Okay.
The first one was called $1, but then obviously I fixed the issue in the script. And it's no longer called $1. It's all about today. One thing we've learned again is, guys, choice of tools to use. Be effective. If something easy is available, don't go and use very, very hard one you don't even know. None of them. I was teaching you nano and Vim because sometimes when you go to a machine, there's not this one. Okay. If I was you, I'll probably go to Notepad++, create a file. When I finish, I copy everything and put it in Nano. It makes you faster. I can go to Visual Studio Code, like I have here, do my work there. When I finish, copy and paste in Nano. It makes you faster. So even if you're working on a machine that doesn't have GUI stuff, you can actually do it on your own machine where you have confidence, fast creating a file and copy and put it in Nano. That you need to think outside the box all the time. Okay. But you still need to learn Nano because there will be a place where you can't even copy and paste anything.